99.9% of my patients that I see have had ankle traumas in the past. They've had some sort of twisted ankle. And what I find is that these injuries, even if they've happened a long, long time ago when you were a young child, they tend to carry themselves over, and for a number of different reasons. So if we break your body down to explain the process to its core fundamental components that we can see at the moment, in the time that we exist, at the frequency in which we see things with the knowledge that we currently have, and we break down your cell structure and break down your electrons and protons and neutrons and just take that deeper to the quantum structure, and we talk about quantum particles, we now know that they're actually not particles at all. There's not a thing that you can tangibly touch, that they only exist as an energetic charge. So as much as we think we're something, we're nothing. It's just an energy, but an energy that's so densely connected together that it creates something tangible that we can perceive. So then this becomes us, right? And so the brain and the ankle bone, for example, the ankle joint, are essentially the same. When we break it down to those fundamental components at its quantum level, is that it's made of the same stuff. The only difference between the two is how they're structurally put together and the types of charges. But essentially, it's the same things that are making us, okay? So when we look in the body for a memory, okay, and we go, I want to remember when I, did something, and I'm thinking about it, okay? So because the brain is set up like a library for us to easily access information, so we'll go quickly to the library, get our information. It's also designed so that we can hold it for a long time. That's why, regardless of all the experiments with like psychedelics and weird, crazy drugs, it's almost near impossible, I don't know if that's a way, but yes, almost near impossible to erase a memory from somebody, to take a memory away. You have to have a significant trauma that can cause, like, say, amnesia or something like that. Because your brain is designed to hold things for a long time. But I'm gonna go on the limb and say, actually, everything's designed to hold things. It's just how well they're designed to hold them. And we know people that are very heady. I think with my head, think with my head, think with my head all the time. Then we know people who are always thinking with their heart, from the heart, from the heart, from the heart. And we know people who are in the gut. So I'm just thinking about, I've got a gut feeling, and I know in my heart. Okay, so those are the 3 points. And we use those 3, well, not everybody, but we can get better at it, as conscious thinking points. I can actually access the heart and come up with a solution from there. I can go to the gut and come up with a decision from there. Or I can go to the head and do that. Or I can use all 3 in synchronicity. By the way, my wife is extremely good at doing the heart and the gut thing. Me, sometimes not so much. So I use her as my leverage point because I can get very heady in my situation. So everyone's the same, right? So, okay, cool. So if we understand that then you hold memory there, and if everything's the same, well, then why can't you hold memory in your ankle, which you can? And here's the usefulness of this. You get an ankle injury, the cell structure changes because it's been damaged. And then so the quantum structure of it, the energetic structure of it shifts. It shifts to hold the memory of the trauma so that you stay off of it, and then you get all kinds of proprioception, pain, dysfunction, blah, 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 swelling, things happen, healing starts, new things come, old things go, and so on and so forth. But the memory's there. And the memory can last for a long time or a short period of time. And why it's useful to last for a long period of time is because if we were cave people, our bodies would need to know organically, without us consciously thinking about it, to unconsciously keep us away from areas that could be susceptible or weak due to past injuries. So what happens is we run these unconscious patterns. Okay, so